Hi, everybody. Talking today about how to not push people away from your church. Now, no one would intentionally do that, right? But think about this. Have you ever seen a church service, whether that's recorded or live, that you're watching on your computer or a tablet or whatever, and it's not good, you know? The ones that I'm talking about where you look at the camera angle and the camera's like way up in a balcony and it's aimed way down at the stage, and the audio's got lots of pops and explosions and feedback and all that kind of stuff, and you watch that, and then you then think to yourself, wow, now that is a church I want to check out. We don't do that, right? We are turned off by things like that, and yet we as people in the church sometimes don't realize how serious of an issue that is. So think about this past Sunday. How was your audiovisual experience? Was it a home run? Did you get together after the service and meet with the AV guys, and you're high-fiving each other and say, man, we really hit a grand slam there and everything was awesome? Or did you get together afterwards and say, man, the system just really killed what we were trying to do? Churches all over the place are trying to do better at that, trying to communicate better, both inside the building and also outside the building. And our company helps to do that. If you want to check us out, you can go to csdus.com and learn more. So this, getting our message out there used to be this really complicated and expensive process. We used to have to collect these images. That used to be on this thing called videotape a long time ago. And you would have to take these tapes and you'd take them to a TV station or a satellite provider, and then they would take that content and they would distribute it to the world, right? And it was pretty expensive and pretty complicated to do that. And now things are a lot easier and a lot less complicated and a lot less money. So you can take a thing like our smartphone here, and you can go to something like Facebook Live, and pretty inexpensively and easily, you can all of a sudden get your message out there so everybody can see it. And that would seem like it's a good thing, but it not necessarily is a good thing. And I tell clients often that just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should do something. And specifically, there are churches out there that are broadcasting their services that probably shouldn't, because it's not representing them well. And instead of helping their cause and helping them to attract people and get their message out, it's actually hurting those efforts. So I think an AV system is either going to help you or hurt you. There tends to not be any middle ground there. So it's going to take the people in your church, the people that are teaching or delivering sermons or leading worship, whether that's worship leaders and people in the band, vocalists, and all that kind of stuff. And your audiovisual system is going to help you or it's going to hurt you. And so putting these messages out there, putting these live recordings out there can be dangerous. And ironically, it's a thing where you create these things to try and attract people, and it can actually do the opposite. If I'm somebody that's in your neighborhood or new to the area, and I'm looking for a church, and I'm going to go online, and maybe I do a search and I find you that way, or maybe I'm just kind of driving through the neighborhood and I see your building and I say, hey, that looks like a cool church I'd like to check out. The first thing that I'm going to do is go to your website, and then look at a recording of your service. And you could have an amazing service for the people that are inside your room, but for a guy like me, a potential visitor, I'm watching on my laptop, I'm watching on a tablet, and the experience that I have might be way different than what's going on in that room. And you might have something that's amazing going on for the people at the church, and the people that are outside those four walls of the sanctuary are seeing something completely different. And so your lighting and your sound and your acoustics, they matter, and the people that are running those systems matter, because it can be something that is going to attract people to come into the building and check you out, or it can be something that really kills that effort, and people are going to check it out and say, wow, that's lousy. There's no way I'm going there. It's just not a good representation of what you're trying to do. So if you know anyone that needs help in that area, again, that's what our company does. We help churches all over the country and around the world, and you can learn more at csdus.com. You can email me personally or find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. And we'd be glad to help you out.